Hey guys, welcome to tonight's live. We're going to talk about how to grow on social media in 2024. And I'm going to tell you what you need to know about this TikTok ban that is supposedly happening right now and what you can do from that, how you can still pivot and still show up online and not be afraid of what's going on. So go ahead, join me in the chat. Make sure you share this live. The share button is at the bottom right-hand corner. It looks like a airplane. So yeah, share this live with 5 to 10 friends and let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and put the content creation course link for you guys so you guys can sign up for our course. It is happening April 1st through the 3rd. I'm super excited. If you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, a aspiring content creator, and you want to learn how to create better content in 2024, you need this course. Okay? So let me add this. All right, so I'm not going to be on here long, so thank you all for joining me. Again, my name is Chelsea Adams. I'm the owner of Zion Studios, a digital multimedia company. And tonight, like I said, we're going to be talking about how to grow on social media. So let's get started. All right, first up, we're going to talk about the TikTok ban. Now, I did do some research, a brief, overview, a brief study of what this ban is all about. And so right now it is in the process of going to Senate. It is a bill, a bipartisan bill that is looking to be passed in Congress right now regarding TikTok specifically. Now, the goal of this bill is to have the original company, the owner parent company, ByteDance, which is a Chinese-based company, to sell the platform to an American company because the U.S. government does not like the fact that, information, it could be a national security issue with this, Chinese government or Chinese-based company owning this platform and, spreading information out for American people, American politicians, all of that. And so that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get the company to sell the platform. But if they don't sell it, then the company will have 6 months. Either the company or the government will issue out a 6-month deadline in order for that platform to no longer be available, meaning that millions of Americans will not have access to this platform. And it will really put a issue, if you will, with other foreign-based companies, right? This is not the only platform that is foreign-based, that is owned by a foreign company. There are other apps that have also gone through this process. However, not all of them have experienced this level of attention, I would say. And so that right now it is in the process of being passed in the Senate. And so in order for it to be passed in the Senate, it needs 51 out of 100 votes. There are 100 people in Senate. And so 51 of those people have to vote that this bill is passed in order for it to be passed. And then at that time, then the company either, they will have to face the deadline or they would have to sell the company, all of that good stuff. So that's what's going on with the ban right now. I know there's a lot of, misinformation that's going out about that, but I just wanted to bring that information to you all. Now, what does this mean for you and for your business? Okay, so as a business owner, obviously you use social media to promote your products and to promote your services. And there's one representative, I want to say it was Representative Maxwell Frost, if I'm not mistaken. He is a young politician here in America, and he was sharing his thoughts on it in the sense of over 170 million Americans use this platform. And so that meant that a lot of content creators, a lot of business owners would lose out on a lot of money, a lot of community, a lot of engagement, because a lot of people have built businesses during the past 4 years from, pre-pandemic to now, building a business, building engagement, building community, all of that social media presence, that it will be taking a lot of that from them, but also it would be, disrupting the First Amendment, freedom of speech. And so I think as a business owner in this time, one way that you can kind of not get caught up in the hype of this political agenda, because we are around election time right now, and so it's a lot of, you know, things happening, a lot of rumors of things happening, all of that. I think it is really important as a business owner to build your own platform, right? So that's like your email list, different things of that nature. So as you build engagement, encourage your audience to say, hey, join my email list, sign up for my email list. If this app does decide to be banned, then at least you can stay connected with us. We're still going to be up for business, because just because you don't have a social media account does not mean that you're not open for business. There are tons of businesses that do not have a social media presence, and they bring in millions and billions of dollars. Okay, so think of like real estate agencies, real estate brokers, things like that. They may not have real estate developers. A lot of them do not have a social media presence whatsoever. However, we know that they bring in millions and billions of dollars because they use other marketing tactics, such as word of mouth. Word of mouth is a very, overlooked marketing tool, but it is perfect for building a business because it builds that trust, because it's literally like, I, reference or refer someone else to you. And because you trust me, then you're likely going to hire that person, right? That is word of mouth. So that is a marketing tactic that you can be using even now while all of this is going on, right? So still building your business, still building that engagement, still building that community, still, increasing sales, even outside of social media. I know we live in a social media age. I mean, I own a digital multimedia company, all of those things, but even in my business, these are things that I have to implement as well too. So that's just some ways that you can, pivot your business and still show up in your business, even outside of social media. So again, that's email list, word of mouth marketing. Don't overlook it. Okay. Now let's get into what we really came here for, which is how to grow on social media in 2024. Okay, so I have 6 tips here. These are all tips that I have personally used in my own platform and here with Zion Studios. So number 1, be authentic. I think especially in 2024, a lot of people, especially if your target audience is younger people, like teenagers, millennials, people of that nature, they want you to be authentic. They want you to show up on camera being yourself, not trying to put on a facade, because a lot of people can tell, they can look through that, right? So showing up as your authentic self, being your best self when you show up, right? So don't just come on here looking all crazy and willy-nilly, but show up as your best self authentically, okay? And even in those days where you're not feeling your best, still find a way to show up. Maybe you're using faceless content like we talked about last night. Or maybe, you're sending out emails and so you're not necessarily on camera, right? But you can still connect with your audience in sharing information. So being authentic. Number 2 is keeping it simple and straightforward. This is something that I've really began to prioritize in 2024, which is especially in my copywriting. So in my captions and in my emails, I literally keep it very simple and very straightforward. I've taken a lot of the fluff words out because I want to be able to just reach my audience organically. A lot of the filter words and a lot of the fluff words, people, look past over that. So I think it's very important that you are able to just be simple and be straightforward and tell exactly what you're wanting to say, and not trying to find some eloquent, big words, SAT words type of way to say what you really want to say. Just keep it simple and straightforward, and people can relate to that directly. Okay. Number 3 is staying consistent. So ways that you stay consistent, your posting frequency. You guys need to be posting every single day. Okay, me included. All right, we need to be posting every single day. We also need to be using the same posting style and brand aesthetic, right? So if you have brand colors, you need to be using them in every single post. What you want to think about is when people see me, when they see my business, all of that, I want them to know, like, oh, that's her. Oh, that's him, right? That's their business. The same colors, the same fonts, right? The same wording, the same verbiage, okay? The same content, right? Like, so if you have content pillars, right? We talk about that in my email list. I talk about content pillars. So content pillars are essentially 3 to 4 like major topics that you typically talk about and discuss with your audience, right? So for example, you'll see a lot of influencers, they might be faith, lifestyle, fitness, right? Those are 3 content pillars. So a lot of their content centers around those 3 topics, and then they have subtopics that they talk about regarding those major topics. If you want more about content pillars, click the link in our bio and you can sign up for the email list. And I send out emails every day, almost every day, related to content and how to build your content, how to do better with your content pillars. So if you want that information, click the link in the bio and you can join the email list there to get that information. Okay. Now, also in consistency, you want, again, posting your topics, the brand aesthetic, as well as the frequency. Number 4, you want to stay up to date on what's going on. Okay. Like I said at the beginning of this live, we talked about the TikTok ban. So you want to be up to date on what's going on because that's going to impact your business, right? If you didn't know about the TikTok ban and you just posting and going about your merry way, you wouldn't be building your email list. You wouldn't be incorporating word of mouth marketing. You wouldn't be doing any of those things. And so it's important that you are up to date and aware of what's going on, not to be afraid and not to, start panicking, but to ask the Lord, God, how do I pivot in this situation? Right? This is what they're saying. This is how I'm feeling about it. But God, what are you saying? What would you have me to do in this moment? How do you want me to respond? What strategy are you giving me to be able to pivot my business and still show up in the way that you've called me to? Because you gave me this business. The online people didn't give me this business. The government didn't give me this business. God, you gave me this business. So how do you want me to show up in this business to be a good steward over what you've given me? Okay? So staying up to date on what's going on, the trends, equipment, different software that's coming out, if there are new updates that are coming out. This is important, especially if your business is centered around content creation, social media, you have an online presence. Also, before you even hire a social media management team, I personally believe you need to know every aspect of your business and how to do it. So that way, when you do decide to outsource, you can properly communicate to them what you're looking for and know if they're doing it correctly once you see it, right? So keep that in mind, okay? So staying up to date. Number 5, collab and network. Support other creatives, other entrepreneurs. I think this is one that a lot of people tend to miss out on because we get so caught up in trying to build our own thing that we don't go out and celebrate and support another that's doing theirs. There's a scripture in the Bible that says that how we take care of another's shows God how we can be trusted with our own. I want to say it's in the book of Luke. Okay, so that scripture is a constant reminder to me to go out and to support. And if I'm, helping another entrepreneur excel, all the more, that's a blessing to be able to help them, to support them, especially being mindful of who you're supporting and what you're supporting, because you don't just want to collab and support and network with every business owner and every content creator that's doing really well, because it does not mean that their values align with yours, that their morals and ethics align with yours, or that they're even being integral in their business. So you want to be mindful of those that you are supporting and collabing with and networking. But when you find those people that you want to support and collab and network with, support them, go hard for them, right? And go just as hard for your own thing as well too, okay? And number 6, ask God to reveal the motives of your heart. Why do you want to be on social media? Why do you want to grow your page? Why do you want to grow your business? Why do you want to make more money in your business in 2024? All of these questions are personal questions that you need to address with the Lord to ask him to reveal the motives of your heart. That's very important, because when God reveals the motives of your heart, you're able to then, understand the scope of what's in front of you. Okay, because you can be building a business and you're building it for the wrong reasons. And so you're wondering why it's not succeeding, and it's because your motives are all wrong, right? Or you might get exactly what you've been wanting and you realize it's not as great as I thought it would be, or it's not really what I wanted. Okay, so asking God to reveal the motives of your heart, and then that helps you and him to have a better relationship, so he can begin to give you more strategy once you're honest about, okay, God, I want this business because I need to make money. Like, I got kids, I got, you know, a spouse, I got this, I got that. And so I want this business to succeed so I can be able to have money to do X, Y, and Z. Right? Once you lay that out on the table before God, you guys can have a business strategy session and a business strategy meeting to discuss, okay, what is this going to look like now? How are we going to move forward from this? Right? So those are the 6 tips about how to grow on social media in 2024. Definitely save this live, share it with a friend. It will be on my YouTube channel. Again, my name is Chelsea Adams. I'm the owner of Zion Studios, a digital multimedia company. So if you want to join our content creation for amateurs course, if you are a new business owner or an aspiring content creator and you want to take your content creation to the next level in 2024, then you need to join our April course class. The link is in our bio to register for that class. It is 3 days and it's literally going to take you from amateur to professional. Okay, so thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow night for our last class, which will be about understanding your analytics, because that's also very important for growing on social media. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.